Hey YouTube! Today I'm going to do a brief tutorial for you on how I do my foundation. This foundation is more so towards what I would do probably for the winter time. I do change it up a little bit depending upon the season. I do have dry skin, so I do kind of try to cater my makeup a little bit to the season just to help out with that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by moisturizing my face, which I actually have already done. And then what I'll do is I will apply some primer to my entire face. I am going to use the Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish. This is oil free, and I'm just going to apply this to my entire face. Please excuse my hair today if it seems like it's a little bit on the wild side. I tried something different. I normally always have my hair smooth and straight, but I tried to embrace my natural curl or my natural wave pattern and amp it up a little bit using a waving tool, but I'm not sure how much I like it. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to apply another primer. I'm actually going to apply the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the anti-aging one. I'll give you guys a look at that. And this here I'm going to apply strictly underneath my eyes. I'm doing this because I want to make sure that any concealer that I put on is going to stay. One thing I do actually like to do before I start applying foundations and all that is I actually do put on a little bit of chapstick as well. I have dry skin, so you'll notice that I do use a lot of things that help hydrate my skin, especially in the wintertime, which it is currently. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready for my under eye concealer. One of the things that I like to do, especially the more fair I get, meaning I'm going tanning right now, so normally if I wasn't tanning at all, you'd be able to see the bluish color underneath my eyes probably a lot more. But I always still anyways use a little bit of corrector underneath my eyes just to help out with that blue tone to kind of cancel that out. I'm using M.A.C Prep and Prime in Peach Luster. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. And it just comes up and just kind of clicks up. And then use a very sparing amount of that. Don't need a lot of that product. Trust me when I tell you it goes quite a long way. The color may look a bit intimidating because of how orange it is, but in all actuality, once you put on your foundation and concealer, you're not going to see it. And it really does help cancel out that orange color really well. I don't think that there's anything else I have found that does it quite as good as that M.A.C Prep and Prime, so I highly suggest it. I start out by kind of just as you saw, patting the product into place. Then with my beauty blender, I just kind of dab it into place a little bit further. I'm actually going to add a little bit more. I've got a vein that's right there that's sticking out. Like most people, I get pretty dark right in this corner. Okay, I think I've got that dabbed in about as much as I think I'm comfortable with. I'm now going to take my current all-time favorite concealer, and it's been my favorite concealer now for I want to say it's been at least a year. It is Amazing Cosmetics Concealer. And let me see if I can show you this bottle here. I think the Amazing Cosmetics Concealer does a really nice job of really giving some pretty solid coverage, and that's what I like. When I use concealer, you know, I'm looking for a really solid coverage. If I wasn't, then I basically just use my foundation to do it for me. The brush that I'm using to apply this is also an Amazing Cosmetics brush, and it is their concealer brush. And this guy's got a nice little brush on there that kind of fits well underneath the under eye, and you can get kind of pretty precise with it, which is nice. I'll probably do a little concealer around my nose as well. I definitely have some blemishes that I think I'd like to cover up, so actually just gonna adjust this. I hope you guys can see me better. It looked like that was a little out of the shot there. Apologize. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and I'm going to go ahead and basically just dab this into place. Okay, I feel pretty satisfied with that. So now I'm going to move on to foundation. I know some people apply their concealer after their foundation. They wait to see how much coverage they got with their foundation before they apply their concealer. My concealer is actually a bit on the light side for me at the moment, so what I do to kind of blend the two together is I apply my concealer first, but really and truly, do what makes, you know, do what basically feels best for you and what you feel looks best on you. Everybody has a different technique, and there really is no right or wrong answers when it comes to makeup, in my opinion. It's all based on your preference and what, you know, how you want to look. So anywho, moving on. I'm going to go ahead and apply foundation. I am going to be using a combination of the Revlon Color Stay in Toast for normal to dry skin. And I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And then I'm also going to be mixing that with Makeup Forever HD, and my color is N145. It is a lighter color than my Revlon. The Makeup Forever is a matte finish, and the Revlon is going to be a dewy finish. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get a little combination of the both, trying to get more of a velvet finish. I don't want a straight dewy finish, it's just my preference. So I mix the two. What I have done, and you'll see me do, is I actually took my Revlon foundation and I have gone ahead and put it into a bottle like this. I got this bottle from Sally's Beauty Supply and it was really cheap. I think it might have been 99 cents. And I did this because the Revlon has a top like so, and when you go to pour this out onto the back of your hand, if that's how you do it, which is how I do it, there's really not a lot that's stopping the product from excessively dumping out onto the back of your hand. I detest that quite quite a bit. So I'm using this to go ahead and use that product. The nice thing about the Makeup Forever, which I really wish Revlon would adopt, is it has this nice little pump which can control how much product that you have. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm just going to pop both of these colors onto the back of my hand. I'm going to kind of mix them together with my finger and start dabbing the product kind of in the center of my face, around my nose. And I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, this side of the Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to start basically stippling the product all over my face. And it's best to work from the center of your face out. When I need more, I just kind of pop this right on the back of my hand to grab a little bit more. A little bit of a time. Excuse me, a little bit at a time. And I'm just working this to the outside. Guys, I do apologize. I have some lines here from when I did my root touch-up yesterday on my hair, so I'm still kind of waiting for all that to wash off. I am kind of going over a little bit of where the line stops of where my concealer was. Not that there's really a distinct line, but that's kind of what I meant earlier when I said I was kind of going to blend the two together. I know that looked really strange, but I like to always make sure that I get the underneath of my nose. That's kind of how I do it. It's a little weird. Don't worry, I do cleanse all my application tools. Okay, so at this point I am satisfied with how my foundation looks. Because I am going to go on to make another video after this video, I am just going to basically show you the setting powders that I use after this point. Okay, for setting powders, I have 3 different setting powders that I really enjoy. I have both the M.A.C banana powder and I also have Cameo. The banana powder is one that I enjoy to wear usually when I am a bit more tan. I'm probably just tan enough that I could maybe get away with using the banana powder. If you're too fair skinned and you try to use banana powder, what's going to wind up happening, it's going to make you wind up looking ill. So be careful with that. When I'm a little on the more fair skin, or if I want a little bit lighter highlight underneath my eyes, because this will serve as a highlight and a setting powder, especially depending upon how you apply it. The Cameo is a really great powder for if you are more fair skinned and you want to apply this underneath your eyes, or basically anywhere on your face you'll want to use Cameo. The powder that I use for setting my overall face is going to be the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. This is the loose powder. Here's what the back looks like. And the front. And basically what I do for the M.A.C powders, what I use is, I'm currently using the Real Techniques new Bold Metals Collection brush number 300. I find that this particular brush here fits really awesome for right underneath the eye. I can just kind of pat my powder into place. Really love that. For my overall powder that goes all over my face, I like to use a Real Techniques, this is called the powder brush. How fitting. Nice big fluffy brush, pretty densely packed, and I just like to take up a little bit of product, go like this, you know, maybe tap a little excess off, and I basically will just go like that all over my face. I don't want to circular motions because I don't want to move my makeup. So with that said, I think that basically is all the basic things that I do for my foundation. When I get to summertime again, I'll probably do an updated video just to let you guys know more of, you know, the little things that I've changed for summer, just so that, you know, I'll probably switch to more of a matte foundation than mixing it with a luminous foundation, just because when it's so hot out, I'm already getting sweaty and oily, so I need a more matte look so that it can hold up throughout the day. But anyway, after this video, I'll probably be filming a contour and highlight video as well. So if you're looking to find out how to contour and highlight, by all means, stop back in because I should have that video up soon. Thank you so much.